Hello and welcome to the new series from Team Ronin Drifting. For those of you that don't know us, we are a group of guys who IRL drift. Between us, many years of experience. I myself have been drifting for 15 years IRL and 5-6 years on the sim. And what we thought we would do is put together a series in which we teach you how to sim drift and then how to transfer that into real life. The difference between them is quite big. Sim drifting is brilliant for teaching you muscle memory and getting the basics, and then you'll find that you can pretty much jump into a drift car and having all these extra senses and stuff, you drift a lot better and a lot quicker. Sim drifting is the cheapest and best way to get into drifting. So yeah, we want to do the series to teach you the best way possible how to drift. You do have to bear in mind everyone drifts differently. We all have our different styles, different ways of doing it, when you use the hydro, the clutch, the left foot brake, but overall it's still pretty much the same basis. So that's what we want to teach you. So what we're going to do is, for this first episode, is get you the basics, how to donut and do a figure eight, basic setup, the theories behind it, and I will try not to bore you too much with talking. I can waffle on quite a lot, and now and again my ADHD kicks in. Oh, squirrel. But yeah, so let's start. So first things first, when it comes to sim drifting, it's the same as in real life. As you need a community. The community spirit in drifting is 80% of it. Such a small part of it is the actual drifting and time on track. The seat time is a massive part of it, but who you have around you, that's everything. The social side of it, the help, just it's unreal. It cannot be overstated just how much the people around you is everything with drifting. I mean, Team Ronin, we've been together. Well, I've been a member of the team now 3 years, I think, and these guys have just how much they've helped me with my car and different things, and how we've helped each other, the banter, just everything about it. We go out do social stuff together. It's unbelievable. So you need to find yourself a community. In terms of sim drifting, I can't recommend enough is the big Dirty Burnout guys. These guys here, they sponsor us, but they are our friends as well. And they built our cars on the sim. They help us out the sim setup massively. We're useless on computers, I'm not going to lie. You'll tell by the editing and stuff of this video, we're not amazing on computers. I think I'm probably the best out of us lot, but still, big Dirty Burnout guys, just unreal. If it weren't for them, in terms of sim drifting, we wouldn't be where we are, honestly. But they are on all social medias, and they have a Discord. And Discord for sim drifting is everything. It's servers, it's cars, it's tracks, it's getting together with people online and in real life in some cases, So you definitely want to go over and give Big Dirty Burnouts a follow on social media. I will be using their cars for these tutorials. Another one is Case's Paddock. This guy recently started streaming on TikTok, doing live streams, and I just happened to come across it and started chatting away with him. And he's been learning how to sim drift in real time on live, and I've kind of sat in his comments and helped him as much as I could, sat in his Discord and helped him as much as I could. And to be honest, that's one of the big reasons that we're now doing this series. Just going ahead, hopefully, once we get confident on the sim drifting, we're going to then show you the real cars, the builds, give you pointers on building your first drift car, and then onto the track and show you in real life how skills learnt here go forward onto in real life drifting. That's the plan. Hopefully we can stick with it. So I think pretty much without further ado, we need to get into the sim drifting. So you've got your community, say it's Big Dirty Burnouts, who have people all around the world, Canada, Bulgaria, I mean everywhere. So you're always going to find someone that's close to you, and there is so many communities out there. But get yourself onto Discord, Google, in lobbies, whatever, you will find your community. Then you want to get content manager. Obviously you want to buy a set off Steam or however you want it. Steam is recommended. Buy the Assetto Corsa Kunos, not the Competition. I butchered that, I'm sorry. But you want the Kunos Assetto Corsa. You then want content manager. That is your hub for getting online, for mods, everything. It's absolutely fantastic. It's worth it. It's about £1. You know, it's worth it. In terms of mods as well, you do want to start looking at mods straight away. The Kunos cars aren't the best. I think you've got like an E90, a Supra, and A86, and they're not great. You can also say there's so many cars and tracks and packs. Again, Big Dirty Burnouts have their own pack. They have a betas pack, which is brilliant. That's what we're going to be using for these tutorials. But just check these guys out. Honestly, I just can't overstate again how amazing they are and how helpful they have been. They know their stuff. Once you've got all that, you've got your content manager and that, obviously you want to look at a wheel and a setup. This isn't somewhere that I'm brilliant at. I started on a G29, and in fact the G29 is... no, that's a G27, sorry. G27, that's what I had before. We've now got this Fanatec belt driven wheel, hydro and thrustmaster shifter. I can't tell you a lot about this. Community, again. Whichever community you're in, there's going to be people in there that are knowledgeable, that have been doing sim drifting for years. They're going to know everything. But look at your budget and just go within your budget. I do recommend direct drive wheels. They are the best. You know, you can get all sorts of levels, cheap ones, expensive ones, fit within your budget. You can probably hear that compressor. I do have to apologise. I am at Dragon Auto Bodies. This is where our almost team headquarters are as well, which is where this is all set up. So there will be talking and noise in the background. I hope it's not too bad. Sorry. But yes, so you've got your wheels set up, you've got your pedals. PC again, doesn't need to be massive budget. It depends how many mods you're going to carry, how high you want your graphics, etc, etc. Work within your budget. Ask. Someone's going to know, someone's going to help you. So I think that's pretty much the basics. Oh yeah, where to get mods? That's a big one. Suggested places to get mods is www.grippedupmods.com. Sorry, I got my notes. Yeah, so grippedupmods.com. I will put links for Big Dirty Burnouts, Gripped Up Mods, anything else, our website. Got a shameless plug, got to be done. We've got merch. You can see this here, this little light up 3D printed lamp. We've got our hoodies, t-shirts, water bottles. So I'll link our website as well. So you got your sim set up, You've got your wheel, your hydro, your gear stick, your pedals. We got a frame and a bucket seat. And thanks to big Dirty Burnouts again. You need a comfy position, and only you can do this. Exactly the same as in real life. You know, you need to be comfy, and you want the sort of position to sit close but not too close. You don't want to be up on the wheel like this. You can't drift like this. Same, you can't drift like this. It needs to be a nice relaxed position. You can grab the hydro nice and easy, gear stick nice and easy, sort of try and make it as realistic as you can. Obviously I think we need to read our gear stick a little bit, have it up here a bit more, but you need to be comfy. See, I've got pedal cam, got my racing boots on, using my real life boots that I use. I also have my gloves, which I'll be putting on shortly. Gloves are recommended for wheels. You know, all this Alcantara and, you know, leather or whatever else you have, it starts coming off in your hands. You get oils on your hands and sweat, and it all comes off. So wearing gloves is definitely recommended. Again, I use my real life gloves just because they're easy. I've got them there, so that's what I use. But you can get gloves for like tenner, and get cycle gloves, you know, biking gloves. Wouldn't recommend motorcycle gloves. It's a bit OTT. But yeah, the gloves I've got are these Sparco fire retardant gloves. Say they're my IRL gloves. They're fully fire retardant. It's what is needed for competition. But any sort of gloves will help, just to stop everything falling apart. For the pedals, again, you want your knees slightly bent. It's all stuff you learn in your driving lessons, but obviously there's kids here that will not know how to drive, and they're going to find this a lot easier than people that have been driving for years, because drifting is the complete opposite. Everything you learn in your lessons is pretty much out the window when it comes to drifting. So yeah, we got yourself nice and comfy, everything nice and easy to grab, and I guess the next stage is to get onto track. So just going to show you what we're going to be using here. We've got the big Dirty Burnouts PS13 beta from their beta pack, and I'm actually going to be using Zoyland here. Now, Zoyland is a track off my own personal Patreon. It's a track that I built, and it's our local track. And the reason I'm going to be using this track is because it's where we drift the most. So when it comes to transitioning from sim into real life drifting, chances are it's going to be at Zoyland. So to help with that transition, I thought it's easier if I did the lessons at Zoyland on the sim. But I do recommend for a first track is the standard Kunos track. It's just called Drift. It is this one here. Standard track, comes with the sim, plenty of space, different corners, all sorts to work on, and I will go onto this track at some point and show you on here, as well as other tracks. But as I say, for me, it's just going to be better if I use Zoyland, as it's what we're going to be transitioning to the real life side of things. And welcome to Western Zoyland. This was the first track that I made on the sim, and so it's not very pretty. It needs a bit of an update, I'm not going to lie, but the size and the layouts there, and that's what teaches you muscle memory. So I'm here in the PS13 beta from BDB. As you can see, the little dangly thing under the mirror there. So what I'm going to do is do a couple of laps, and show you what our end goal is going to be, and then we'll start on how we're going to get there. This is a second gear track. It's not the biggest. It's basically a skid pan more than anything, with cones laid out, some tyres and stuff. But you can make your own layout if needs be. But I'm going to do the actual layout, which was designed, and yeah, we can sort of go from there.
One more lap. There we go, that's the Zoyland layout. So, how do we get to that point? Well, first things first, you need to know how to donut. What we're going to do is we're going to big open space here. Alright, so when it comes to drifting, big things, your clutch, your best friend. That will save you in many different circumstances. You also need to learn to let go of the wheel. And this is the big thing that people struggle with when they first start to drift, is you have to let go of the wheel on transitions and initiation and stuff. So what we'll do is I'm going to stick it in first, start rolling, and what we can do is turn the wheel like that, pick the revs up and kick the clutch and let go. Just like that. I want you to do this a couple of times. As you kick the clutch, just let go of the wheel. And do it the other way as well. Make sure everything you learn, you do it both ways. Keep doing this. Get used to letting go of the wheel. Kicking the clutch, letting go of the wheel. This is everything in drifting. Once you think you've got that, you need to learn your throttle and when to catch the wheel. So what we can do, start the same. Let go, catch. Just let it spin out. Don't worry about that. Let it spin out. Go. Keep doing this. And the basic rule is the 80-20 rule. So what you can do is you can let the wheel spin 80% of the way. You're going to catch it, and the last 20% of it is for corrections. Just keep practicing that. Get used to letting go of the wheel and catching it. So I've got a little bit for corrections. A little bit for corrections. Now, when it comes to letting go of the wheel, you're not doing this. You're not completely letting go like this. What you want to do is run through your hands. Let it run through your hands so you can easily grip it. Just letting go of your grip a little bit. And let it run through your hands. And then you need to start learning throttle control. So what we're doing at the moment is it's bang, 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 stop. Now, as you can see with my feet, you're going to start doing this. Just feathering the throttle. You see how it all wants to come back then. I'm not doing any corrections, just kick the clutch, let go. Hold the wheel. Just practice this both ways. once you've got yourself quite comfy with that, you start doing constant donuts, so you've got to learn the correction of the wheel. Just let the wheel slide through your hands a bit more. Getting a bit excited there with the revs. I'm just spinning on the spot at the moment. There's no real drifting. Proper donuts, just spinning on the spot. But you just little corrections on the wheel, a little bit of feathering, just to control where your car's going. Remember, the car's going to want to go where the front wheels are facing. Just practice doing that. And then when you want to progress, you need something to drift around, something to aim for. So I'm going to use these cones here. So we can do the same. Start going around, hit the clutch, feather, let the wheel go. Just get some sort of idea of what you're doing, you're guiding it. Now really for proper donuts you want to be in second gear. Exactly the same. So you're going to start going, hit the clutch, let go. Control, you know where the cones are, so aim for the cones. Just make sure you're practicing this in both ways. Start turning, revs up, hit the clutch, let go, catch. Control your direction. Don't worry if you hit cones and stuff, they're cones. And these donuts are never going to be perfect, because that's when you need to start getting the left foot braking involved. But that is what you want to learn for the moment, is just letting go of the wheel. Like, it's such a hard thing to do, really. Like, you got a car out of control, you want to hold on to it and control it, but you're not. You're letting the car do most of the work. With drifting, a lot of it is throttle control. It's all on the throttle. There's people that can drift no-handed just on the throttle. I'm not one of them. But it's having a good setup car and stuff. And we're on a standard tune here with this car. We're not playing with tunes at the moment, and that's later on down the line. But once you've got to the point you're happy and you're comfortable doing the donuts, you start learning to transition. And the easiest way of doing this is figure of eights. So luckily the way these cones are set up, go around here, transition, around this way, all the way around, transition, and this is what we're going to be looking at doing. Now, transitions is one of those things, everyone has their own way of doing it. Some people clutch kick, some people hydro, some people do it on the throttle, some people do it with the steering input. None of it's wrong. You have your own way of doing it. I find it's throttle and steering input for myself personally. You let off the throttle a little bit, what's going to happen is your rear wheel's going to grip up a bit, try and launch it away, you get straight back on the throttle. The biggest rule is do not completely come off the throttle. You need to keep the revs going, keep those wheels spinning. So don't completely come off the throttle, but you should come off a little bit. donut, off the throttle, back the other way. You remember to feather that throttle as well. You're not the way to do it. You're not just planting it on the throttle. It's just about feathering the throttle. Keeping the wheels spinning. So yeah, I mean, the good thing with the figure of eights, you are doing it both ways as well, so you don't need to change direction or anything. But you just want to get that feathering and the steering input on how you're changing direction, how you're controlling the car, what the car reacts to. When learning to drift, the big thing is finding the limits of the car and finding the limits of yourself, finding what's comfy for you, what the car can do, and yeah, it's the best way of doing it. That's why when I teach someone to drift, I say, the first time we start the donuts, we spin out. Just spin out. Doesn't matter. You need to know when the car's going to spin out, how it reacts. So spin out. Just let it spin out. I mean, it's easier in real life. You can feel a lot more. You've got vibrations through your butt, through your legs, through your arms. Whereas on sim, this is all you got, and your eyes. And it's for someone that drifts in real life, it's hard to go onto the sim and learn. But for someone that's never drifted in real life, going from sim to real life is so much easier. But yeah, I mean, I'm hoping this will make sense and this has helped. And it's just somewhat gets you started on your sim drifting and maybe possibly transitioning into real life eventually. Please leave any comments if you've got any questions, anything like that. And in our next episode, we will start progressing on with this all. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe and watch the other Team Ronin videos that are on here. Cheers.